Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm the Travelbox Gamer, and welcome back to Vampyr, and of course, welcome back to our horror movie discussion. Now, the next villain is gonna be a little different. It's not gonna be a singular entity. I mean, I guess with Scream it was two people, but I'm saying that the next entry is gonna be a little different. I'm gonna talk about zombies. I mean, I find this a bit stretching it. We're talking about a monster. Granted, it is a horror villain, but it's not specific. Does it matter to anybody? Anybody just want to discuss how you would survive in a zombie apocalypse? I mean, we'll get back to the horror movie villains, but, you know, I think this would be a good talking point. Like, it depends on the zombie apocalypse, you know? If it's the traditional, oh, they're just slow-moving monsters, I feel like I have a better chance at surviving, but if it's like the fast zombies, the special variant zombies, that might make surviving a little difficult. And, you know, I was gonna bring up some video game zombies, but then I remembered that's not movies. I think, you know, video game zombies could be brought up for this, just for this one exception, because, you know, we're not exactly talking about a horror movie villain, we're just talking about a monster group, which has been in TV shows, movies, and video games, so we might as well get the whole enchilada, you know? So let's begin with the slow-moving zombies, the very basic zombie, the one that pops up from the ground, bites you, you turn. How would you think you fare against those? The thing is, these fuckers are slow, but there is typically a shit ton of them. Like, a shit ton of them that they can easily overpower you. And say that you have a gun, say that you have a weapon. Well, that's all nice and dandy, but you're gonna run out of ammo eventually, and it's gonna suck when you get cornered by a group of zombies and, well, game over. The other little aspect about them is how durable they are. I mean, they're not hard to get rid of, but they ignore pain. So you have to aim for the head, and if you can't aim properly, well, then you're wasting ammo or you're wasting energy on a bad swing. It's kind of funny how in a lot of zombie movies, a lot of people freak out and don't go for the head. They go for a body part, and the zombie just, like, keeps going for the fucker. I mean, in those cases, I assume that the person is panicking. Which, mind you, everybody can panic. I mean, I guess after years of dealing with zombies, you probably get used to it at one point, but still, early on, you're probably not gonna, you're probably gonna fucking panic. I mean, aside from zombies, you're also gonna have other factors that you're gonna need to worry about, like you're gonna need to worry about how you're gonna stay healthy, how you're gonna find food, shelter, how you're gonna deal with people that aren't exactly the nicest, because let's face it, a lot of the times in a fucking zombie movie, there's always a group of raiders for some fucking reason. So we're gonna have to discuss that too. But for walking zombies, for normal looking zombies, for those slow moving zombies, I want to say that it's a high number, but I don't want to say 10 out of 10. I really don't want to say 10 out of 10. I would probably say like maybe an 8 out of 10. Like, I feel confident that I can survive it, but at the same time, I know that something's gonna screw me over. Probably be something stupid too. Probably get, like, cornered in a alley or something and lose my last fucking bullet on one of the fuckers because I wasn't counting. Like, something along those lines. That's a dumb way to go out. So maybe a rule in zombie apocalypse is just try to avoid alleys when you can. I'm not entirely sure. Alleys could also lead to rooftops, though. So if you're lucky, you could probably get access to a rooftop. I mean, I don't think this version of the zombie could climb, or at least climb well. But at the same time, you're gonna get stuck on top of a roof, and they're not gonna go away. So you're probably gonna starve up there, so that's also not a good idea. I mean, I guess scenarios would depend on the type of zombies that we're fighting. Are we going with the normal, oh, they're just slow-moving zombies? Or are we going for the, oh, they're kind of fast zombies, but they're still, like, human enough to fight? Or are we going, like, for the special type of zombies? You know, the lab-made zombies, something like that. And even then, is it going to be like, oh, they came from the ground and they're biting people, or is it a virus? Is it an illness? Like, what are we dealing with here? And also, like, if it's the virus illness thing, is there people that are immune to it, or is there like no immunity? Like, are you kind of screwed? Is it through just being bit? Is it through the air? Like, you got to point out these factors. And again, there's a lot that can happen in this zombie apocalyptic scenario. I mean, there's like a shit ton of zombies that we can fight. I guess our survival will be based on what we're fighting. Like, if it's a slow zombie, like I said before, like, I'm feeling pretty confident against slow zombies. But if it were a fast zombie, that confidence kind of drops slightly. And if it's a special type of zombie, it's severely dropped from there, and it also depends on what type of zombie you're dealing with from what franchise, because if you're telling me I have to deal with the zombies from Dying Light, I don't feel too confident in, like, dealing with them. If you tell me I have to fight the zombies from Resident Evil, I have to ask which Resident Evil. Are we talking from the games? Are we talking from the movies? Yeah, it really depends. If we're talking for the games, I might feel confident with, fuck, I don't feel confident with any of them because, well, at one point they stopped being zombies and started being like, that's also another question. Lab-made zombies, would those count as zombies? Or, you know, zombies that are going through an illness like infection. I mean, yeah, I said Left 4 Dead infected technically count, so yeah, we'll count them. We'll count them. I mean, they're technically wouldn't be zombies; they'll just be very sick people, but they are exhibiting zombie-like behavior. So fuck it, we'll include them. I guess that's all that really is with this discussion about zombies. I mean, okay, zombie apocalypse happened. What are the first things you're gonna do? First thing I'm gonna do, get a weapon. That should be like number one thing to do, is make sure that you're armed. It doesn't have to be a heavy arsenal, just enough to defend yourself. Like a knife or a bat. Or, you know, if you have one, a gun. Preferably, because, you know, actually that also brings up, like, with the zombies, like, all zombies I think are attracted to noise. So I guess it don't matter. Like, if you shoot the zombie, I think you're gonna alert more, so... If it's a slow zombie, it wouldn't be a problem, but if it's a fast one, ooh. Okay, I think I stick to melee weapon. Just to be safe, like, you don't have to worry about ammo. The only thing that you need to be worried about is how close you can get to the fuckers without getting hurt. I mean, if you had a bow and arrow, that could also work. Bows and arrows fuck in zombie games. But I don't know how to shoot a bow and arrow. I guess this is a good time to practice. I mean, I only need to release the arrow and get a headshot. If it's a slow zombie, I feel somewhat confident, but fast zombies, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get good with them. Second step. You know, I imagine my city would probably be in chaos. Typically in zombie movies, zombie games, the city's always in chaos and there's a whole lot of shit going down. So I'm gonna refrain from going out and trying to help anybody. So the second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna barricade my house until shit calms down. Third thing I'm gonna do is when everything's calmed down, I'm gonna look for survivors. Because let's face it, you're not gonna survive all alone. You're gonna need people to back you up. The next step, I'd say find a place that you can call your home. Like, find a place to settle down, bunker up, defend. You don't want a place that's too big where it's hard to take care of the place, but at the same time, you don't want someplace too small where people aren't going to fit. Preferably someplace that you can grow food, because, you know, food, like I said, it's going to be another obstacle that you have to go over. I mean, the other problem will be dealing with what type of zombie you have. I mean, I think we all could agree, slow zombies, pretty easy. Fast zombies, going to be a little difficult. Then you're going to have zombies that spit shit at you, throw up shit at you. Quiet zombies, zombies that are too fucking loud that alert other zombies. Strong zombies. God forbid if the strong zombie is the common zombie in the zombie world, because Might as well just throw it in, you know? Like, unless the strong zombie is slow as fuck, that would be a little better. You just have to avoid the fucker. But if all the zombies are the strong zombie, if they're just very slow, you're gonna have to practice like keeping away from Zed zombie. Like, God, I'm just thinking about a shit ton of them. That'd be a bitch to deal with. I mean, they'll slowly corner you at one point. Like, imagine in the world, it's like a slow ass zombie, but once it makes its call, it like alerts all the zombies within like a few miles from you, and they just like zone in on you. Like, that'd be a bitch and a half. But with the whole zombie thing, I think, like, I feel comfortable with saying that it varies. It most likely varies. Like, we're not gonna bring up all zombie types. We're not gonna go through all the situations. So, I'm putting survival rating as it varies. With what I, fucking slow zombie is probably gonna be the one that you survive the easiest. So yeah, let's just leave it at it varies. Now, going back to the horror villain list, about the thing. Horror monster, horror villain, it don't matter. Like, they're still trying to kill you. So, the thing. Well, going with what I set up, we've encountered it at least once, so we know what's up. That's just it. I know that throughout the whole time I've been talking about it, I've been saying that the element of surprise is our kneecapper. Because if you're caught off guard, you're fucked. And I think it's its strongest feature. Like, the element of surprise with this fucker is gonna be what kills us. I mean, you could always test out if it's a person. You can always make the test on it, but if it knows that it's probably gonna kill you. It can shapeshift into shit, so that's gonna be problematic. I'm not a big fan of shapeshifters. Then again, I'm not a big fan of anything that like turns invisible either, right? It's an invisible man will be after this. But if we already had an encounter with it, maybe we're aware of it. But then again, I said that necessarily an encounter doesn't mean that we know that we're in danger. We just encountered the thing. And for all we know, it's in disguise. It could take us out whenever. Like, I think that's, like, honestly, probably 1 out of 10. Probably gonna kill me. It'll take me by surprise. It'll probably shift into somebody I trust, somebody I love, and, kill me like that. So, yeah, for the thing, I say 1 out of 10. I don't think I'm gonna survive. I mean, I said it as a joke, but anybody want to talk about the Invisible Man? I mean, he's technically a horror villain. I don't want to say that he outright kills us, though. I mean, his biggest thing is, well, he's invisible. I don't think he's resistant to getting hurt. Like, I'm pretty sure he's still a normal dude. He's just, you can't see him. But that's also, like, his biggest strength. You can't see him. Like, yeah. I mean, if you manage to hurt him, chances are, like, you could probably get him to fuck off, but you have to be able to know where he's coming from, and I don't want to say it's not going to be impossible to beat him, but at the same time, I'm going to say it's going to be pretty hard. I don't think it will be a walk in the park. If I were to give a ranking, though, I mean, the whole invisibility thing, like, that gives us such a bad disadvantage. Like, it's kind of screwing with us there. Like, shit. I mean, it's kind of situational on survival, too. Because if we get something on him, we could identify where he is. Like, we have a chance, but yeah, that's very situational. I don't know how we'll be able to do that. I mean, that's also bringing up, like, how will we encounter him? Like, I know that he probably has a disguise on and we'll run into him, but we probably wouldn't be suspicious of any aggressive behavior until we actually get attacked. And by then, I think he will drop the disguise and be completely invisible. So we're kind of fucked there, huh? I mean, if he were to attack us, we should have a good idea on where he's coming from. Like, for instance, if he were to stab us and he stabbed poorly, we'd probably figure out that he's in a general location and get him from there, but that means we would have to get stabbed. Or if he were to punch us, we might know where he punched from and try to throw dirt in that location. Like, I don't know how to deal with this fucker. Like, everything feels a little situational, and that comes down to whether we could get him to either get seen or if we could narrow down where he's coming from. And I don't really feel too confident in that. I personally don't feel too confident in that. If you feel like you're confident in that, if you feel like you could take him, by all means. But I say for me, it's not gonna be a 1 out of 10. I feel like I could survive. We don't necessarily need to kill him. We just need to survive. So, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say 50-50. I feel like I have a 50-50 shot. Like, other than the invisibility thing, he doesn't really have anything else going for. Like, he's a normal dude. He's not having super strength, I believe. I don't recall that's anything with his lore, but still not a fair fight. You know what? Fuck it, 50-50. I feel like I have a 50-50 chance on either surviving or dying, so we'll give him 50-50. Just cuz. I've talked about Pennywise. Have we talked about the clown in it? I don't think we have, so let's discuss him next. Well, it's a shape-shifting monster that could show you your worst fears and feed off of said fear. Huh. I mean, with movie knowledge, we know that as long as we don't fear him, we're, able to stop him, but we wouldn't know that in the encounter because any movie knowledge would be null and void, so do you think we'll figure it out if we keep surviving? Like, eventually we're gonna have to get tired of his shit, especially if it doesn't act on it quickly enough. Like, imagine seeing a clown that's fucking with you, and normally you'd be afraid, but if you see him like 3-4 times throughout the week, you probably get a little pissed off and say, fuck it, I don't care about your ass anymore. And that turns out to be the one weakness he has. I mean, from point A and point B, that does sound pretty simple, but I mean, he's gonna be trying to kill us. I don't think we're gonna have the pleasant, you think he's gonna do like a cat and mouse thing where he toys with us first and then tries to kill us? Because if he does that, then I think we have a better chance on figuring that shit out before he manages to. But at the same time, I'm not, fuck it, I want to say I don't feel too confident, but at the same time, I feel kind of confident. If that makes sense. Like, not 50-50, though. I don't think it should be above 50-50. I think it should be below, but at the same time, I want to say it's above. Again, information from the film's not going to carry over, but if you think from the film, a bunch of, kids kicked his ass once they stopped giving a fuck about him. So if you don't give a fuck about him, I think you could win in a fight, especially if you start fucking him up with weapons. But a lot of shit needs to happen, and I mean, if you think about it, he toyed with those kids quite a bit. I think we have a shot. I think we got a shot mainly because this motherfucker's gonna be so cocky about it that he underestimates us. I think we actually might have a shot in this. I'll say 6 out of 10, just because I feel slightly confident on the villains. I mean, yeah, I know this is, I guess this would be technically information from the movie, but I think we pick up on it, after a few encounters. Oh, he's not trying to kill us outright. He's just toying with us. I think that would be his downfall. So, 6 out of 10, does that sound fair? Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Even if we kill him, he's not gonna be dead. He's gonna come back 23 years later. That's a long time. I think I'm gonna... I mean, a part of me says I'm not gonna forget about the evil demonic clown that tried to kill me. But I am damn well gonna forget what he did try to kill me. So that could take me by surprise. And I would think that the second round, I'm gonna assume he's not gonna be toying with us. I think he's actually gonna try to kill us second time around. I mean, wouldn't you? And also, I've noticed I'm not taking damage. What the fuck? Either A, I got great at dodging, or B, the game glitched out in the best way possible. I think the game glitched out in the best way possible. No damage, but at the same time, I don't want to risk, getting hurt. But we might kill this son of a bitch. We actually might kill this son of a bitch. Nice. I mean, yeah, we had to use a glitch to get through, but... after seeing myself die several times, I don't care. I just want this motherfucker dead. Undead. Gone. Obliterated. Just get him off. Get him away from me. I'm done with his ass. So with the whole 23-year thing, how would you feel? Like, do you think you would remember when he attacked you? Do you think he'll actually just go for the kill the second encounter? Because if I were in his shoes, I'd go for the kill. Like, first time around, if I'm playing with you, I think I learned my lesson and not to fuck with you. But then again, if we remember the whole clown incident from the first encounter, I mean, that's kind of like the Scream thing I said. Because originally with Scream, I said 8 out of 10 because I felt like if the parodies count in the scenario, we would be prepared. But we're still gonna be getting attacked, so it's gonna lower our thing. Like, human emotion, like, you're gonna be afraid. You're gonna naturally be afraid, so you can't just, like, switch it on a dime. So I say 6 out of 10, just because I feel slightly confident, at least in the first time fighting him. The second time, 23 years later, was it 23 or was it 22? Anyway, it's a long time later. The point is, I don't feel confident in the second encounter, so 6 out of 10 feels fitting, don't you think?
Ingredients of Strickland's medication.
I don't know. I say 6 out of 10. Fuck it. At first I was like, oh no, it's probably gonna be below 5, but it's a cocky son of a bitch. I think we could kick his ass. How we go for a more human encounter, like a more... I'm not saying undead creature, ghost, like something human. Anybody ever watched the movie Misery? I mean, it's a Stephen King movie. So in this scenario, we're going to be dealing with this one obsessed fan who captured us and is keeping us, well, for the most part, keeping us well nurtured. Like, in the movie, she kidnaps this author. It's at first just taking very good care of him, but then she got into the book and didn't like how the book turned out and started being a bitch and attacking him. So, no, in this scenario, we are going to be very much hurt. Well, I think broken legs was it. I'm pretty sure it was like he had broken legs. So we're going to have a pair of broken legs. So we can't outrun this bitch because we can't run from this bitch. We're going to be trapped in a house. And we're going to have to follow up her demands with whatever, like, be writing a book or some shit. So, Annie Wilkes, I think that's the name of this person. I think that's the name. We're in a bad scenario here because, one, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Or I think she was out on the outskirts or something. She's away from civilization, so you can't just call to get help. I mean, you can, but you have to get to the phone first, and she's not going to give you the phone for shits and giggles. So, yeah. I mean, if you could appease her, maybe she'll let you go, but I don't think that's gonna happen because she damn well kidnapped you and started to torture you. She's not gonna want you to talk. So let's see, how do we escape a crazed fan? Something I never thought I ever had to utter in my life. They can't hurt me. They can't fucking hurt me. I love this glitch. Oh shit. I love the glitch. I at first loved the glitch. Just a little tear rolling down my eye as it ended. Anyway, going back to the whole thing, I want to say, I don't think we'll. I want to say probably. Fuck, I don't know. I don't want to put it too high because then I'm underestimating the villain. And when you underestimate the villain, shit gets bad. But at the same time, I don't want to put it too low because I don't think I like. I don't feel too intimidated. Like if you play along for a bit, maybe you could trick her, get some help. Then again, I think that's what happened in the movie. I think he got to the phone, called the police, but the police got KO'd by that bitch. So that's huh. All right, yeah, we're kind of in a pickle. Can't run away. I don't think. I mean, we could probably overpower her, but we're kind of disadvantaged with the lack of fucking legs. Sneak up behind her and just smash something against her head. Call the police. Something like that. I mean, we're bound in a wheelchair. I don't think we could make quiet, like, wheelchair noises towards her. I mean, we could throw something at the back of her head. Yeah, we could try that. Look, the point is, we're not going to be able to run, so flight is unfortunately out of the ballpark. We're going to have to fight. Or we're going to have to die. So, I mean, eventually, if we play along, she might get comfortable. That's the thing, she might get comfortable. If she gets too, comfortable around us, she'll get careless. And I'm saying we attack at night. I say we attack at night, we fuck up her life at night. Smother her while she's asleep. Fuck it, like, if she's a deep sleeper, we have the advantage. We call the fucking cops, tell them what happened, say that, hey, technically this was all self-defense. I don't think that would work too well now that I'm saying it out loud. I mean, we could tell them that, yeah, we were abducted, tortured. Do you think they'll accept the whole murder thing? I mean, we could argue it was self-defense, but I don't think they'll buy it. Do we really care, though? Would we care? I think the best point is to get the fuck away from the bitch. I mean, we're authors in this fucking scenario. We probably have a good chunk of money. We'll buy ourselves a lawyer, a good lawyer. We'll tell him what happened, and we'll hopefully get a reduced sentence or no sentence at all. Fuck it, I don't know. I like. Look, this motherfucking bitch attacked us. I have lost all trace of mercy. Okay? Like, I would think I'm a nice person, but the second that you start attacking me, hurting me, or my friends, or my family, like that mercy, out the fucking window. Fuck you. So, where would we put her, rating-wise? I want to say a little above 50-50. I feel somewhat confident. Like, then again, the scenario I gave, it's a what if. Like, what if she doesn't get comfortable with us? What if she is always on her toes? It's like, that's a big what if going by. But then again, I would assume she get, like, I don't know, just people get careless. Everybody gets careless. It's a possibility. If that's a possibility, I say our chances skyrocket. Not too high, though, but not too low. I want to say 7 out of 10. Like, okay, say we can't escape. Say we can't get police involved. I'm pretty sure we can eventually overpower her. Might take some time, might take some deception, but I'm pretty sure that we can, like, catch her off guard and get a good whack on her ass. Not literally, but, you know, like, just, like, right upside the head or something, knock her out. So, like, she's also a normal person. You have to put that in perspective. Like, she's not gonna be as resistant to damage as in, like, Michael Myers. So, she's not a tank. So, we can knock her out. And if we knock her out good, we might be able to survive and get the fuck out of Dodge. So I think 7 out of 10. Does 7 out of 10 sound good with everybody? I think 7 out of 10 feels kind of fitting. I mean, look, if our legs were working, it'd be 9 out of 10. But our legs aren't fucking working. We're also at the near end of the video. I guess the next one I should probably make it like very quick. Anybody ever heard of the dog Cujo? I believe he's a Saint Bernard that got rabies and started attacking people, killing people. I think I don't recall the movie too much, but yeah, that'll be the last villain. I honestly wouldn't like. The poor dog got rabies. Like, I know he's attacking people, but would that technically count him as more of a victim than anything? I mean, I guess he's an unwilling villain. Huh. Well, the point is, this fucker's gonna try to attack us. And we're gonna have to defend ourselves. I think everybody knows that I do love animals. But not to the point where I won't defend myself against them. I mean, out of all of them, I think talking about defending myself against a fucking dog, like, that makes me feel kind of like a dick. Then again, this thing is trying to kill me, so, like I said, mercy kind of goes out the window. But can I fight back? In a desperate time, yeah, I probably would. I mean, I'll feel like a dick about it later, but I probably would try to at least get away from the fucking animal. But then again, I would think it's a big fucking dog. And dogs are typically faster than people, so I simply can't run away from it. I mean, I don't think physically fighting back, I don't think that's also a good idea, because, look, if it gets its jaws around my neck, game over. I'm dead. And also, I'm like, if this dog's attacking me, I probably have to be someplace where it's running around. I'm not gonna have anything to protect myself on me, probably, so, yeah. I say with Cujo, to be safe, 50-50. Just, like, to be safe, I say 50-50.
Similar to the infected.
I mean, he's not an immortal dog, he's not a supernatural dog, he's a normal dog.
Sickness moves faster than influenza.
But with that being said, I have to fight a normal dog. I kind of regret picking him. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care. Please like and subscribe, and have a happy and safe Halloween.